Round start.
Hey there, and welcome back to some more Warface gameplay. As I mentioned in my other video, I'm gonna post some more, and this is actually a team deathmatch on the map called Hangar. This is one of those like cargo shipment container matches that, you know, game designers obviously realized gamers really love to play in between shipping containers. There's just something about it, you know, since Call of Duty 4 that, you know, this is just something we found is a lot of fun because it's very intense. There's nothing but containers in this on this map. And the cool thing about here, you know, the difference between Call of Duty 4 shipment map and this one is that you can actually go up on the containers. You go high up on two containers, go walk through containers, hide in the containers. So there's definitely a little bit of difference, and it's also a bigger map. So even though it's a bigger map, it's still just as intense. And you know, when you play this for the first time, you probably get like killed a lot until you kind of figure out how the containers are placed and where you best go, where you can flank, and maybe not always go where your team is, because, you know, if everyone goes in the same direction, the enemy focuses on that part of the map. So that's a good time for you to go the other way and go where there's no noise, because the enemy most likely is not going to hang out there. So that's been my strategy, and I've already also found out to not really storm this map. If you want to do really well in this map, take your time, you know, don't rush around corners, because that's how you most likely get killed. And as you can see here, there's a lot of grenades falling there. There's just a lot of grenade spam happening, even though you only have one grenade. It may be that you know, if you upgrade, you maybe can upgrade to 2. And another thing that I just noticed now that people have been playing this more is that people have discovered claymores. So in maps like this, there's a really, really high chance that you're gonna run into a claymore. Because you just can't see those things. I mean, they're just. I have to still actually yet to see an enemy claymore before I run into it, because I kind of want to see how I can discover them. You can actually upgrade to a helmet that discovers, and you can see now there's a little warning saying there's an enemy nearby, which is really, really helpful. I think they did this so enemies, if they're kind of like sitting like in your spawn, you have a chance to kind of know about it, and so there's not going to be so much spawn camping going on, because spawn camping is still going on here. But it usually is quickly eliminated because you know, you get warned, and it's not really a problem. I've not ever thought it was a problem here. And, you know, as you can see or hear, the weapons sound really great. This is like the one weapon I upgraded to. Don't ask me what this weapon is called. I really don't know. I really paid attention. I was kind of not paying attention on the name. I've never heard of this gun before. Maybe it's just a fake gun that doesn't exist in real life. Definitely not a gun I've ever seen in Battlefield before. And I'm trying to play around with this menu here, trying to figure out. There is so much you can do in this game. There's so many settings. I haven't even really looked at everything. But, you know, I know for a fact that I will play this game a lot more. Especially, you know, I don't want to necessarily play Battlefield 4 every single day for hours and hours and hours. I mean, if there's nothing else, I totally don't mind playing Battlefield 4 every day, because I just love the game. But you know, if you have played the maps so many times, you don't mind like a little change once in a while. Like play this game, the next game go back to Battlefield, and then play this game again in between. So I know I'm gonna play this game a little bit more before the Naval Strike DLC is coming out for Battlefield next Tuesday. So I definitely got hooked on this game, and I want to probably play it again tonight. I'm going to play it again on the weekend, and then I'm going to hop into the Naval Strike, and that's going to keep me busy. And I don't even know when this game is actually going to come out. Is this going to get out of the beta? I have no idea. I have to kind of do some research and find out when the beta is over, but the beta seems to be running for a really long time. Like I said, I played this on the PC, I don't know, December last year, I think, or so, and it's live on the PC now. And this beta has been running on the Xbox 360 now for, I would say, at least a month, if not longer. So that's a pretty long time for a beta, and I think it's really cool that they let people really play this. And I think they really want to come out with a game that's really, really good. They do not want to have any of those issues that Battlefield had. They want to make sure they get all the feedback they can. And maybe there is a ton of feedback, and they think as long as they get amazing feedback, they're going to run this beta until nobody has any feedback anymore, and then they're probably going to say, okay, let's close the beta. But this is definitely an amazing game. This is all I can say. I don't know. Here you can see how you can climb up. Some of those single arrows you can climb up on your own. When you have double arrows, you need a buddy to help you up. And that's something that a lot of times, you know, you don't want to wait until a buddy helps you up. You just run around instead. And another thing here with the grenades, you can cook the grenades, which is something I just kind of learned yesterday because I got killed with a cooked grenade yesterday, and I was like, aha! You know, I didn't know that game has. I mean, the game has way more features than you would expect when you start playing this. You realize all of a sudden, oh my god, it can do this too and it can do that too, because I just usually don't expect that much from a free game. I just don't. I expect it to be a very simple game that has the core mechanics, and that's about it. But I would say this game, when you really dig into it deeper, you realize this game offers just as much as any of those, you know, A titles out there. It has all the upgrades, the features, if not more. So, you know, while the graphics are different, but, you know, that's also CryEngine 3, it has the typical, like, Crysis look and feel to it, and that's just the look and feel I love. But, you know, I don't know. I personally think I can say that this game is going to be very successful, especially because it's free. And because it just runs really smooth. I mean, thinking about this as a beta and there's absolutely no problems with this game, I can just imagine how this is gonna run once this is live. And I cannot wait to see what kind of other maps they have, because the maps they've given us so far in the beta are really, really good. They flow really nicely. They're very well thought out. And, you know, if you've played the Crysis multiplayer, they're not necessarily people that are known for having always excellent map design, but those maps are really, really well thought out. And that's what's very important. You know, you can have all the fancy graphics and everything. If the maps don't work, if there's too much spawn trapping going on, if the routes are weird, if you can't flank, if you have no cover, all those things, it's like people don't want to play. They give up on it. They're like, you know, that's the map design is just as important as the flow, the handling of the guns. Of course, the guns need to handle well. And what gamers always want, they want a huge variety of weapons. For me, that's not necessarily a must in a game. I'm happy with, you know, 2-3 different weapons. That's it. I don't need to have 20 different weapons, because if everyone, it's always like so. If you only have access to 3 weapons, the enemy only has access to 3 weapons. So it's always gonna be fair. It's always gonna be balanced. It doesn't really matter. But people just want to have a lot of toys to play around with. That's just how people are. But I actually played a pistol-only match on this exact map the same night, and I may post that too, you know, let me know if you're interested in it. It's really fun. I like actually that they have games where it's knife only or pistol only. It gives it like another layer of fun. You know, you play the same map, but it's a completely different feeling if everyone all of a sudden has only one gun, and it's not that they all have the same gun. I don't want to say anything right now because I'm most likely going to post this, but just so that you know there's something happening in the pistol only match that I was a little concerned about, but it could just be a beta issue. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.